See, this is why rappers fuck with me. They DM me, they FaceTime me, but they don't want y'all to know that they fuck with me. Cause if I do a video on them, they gonna act like they never fucked with me. And I ain't even talking about Kodak. I done spoke to rappers bigger than Kodak. But speaking on Kodak, you made a video dissing me, saying I'm snitching for talking about the lyrics that somebody lost their bitch to 6ix9ine. And apparently it wasn't Anwell whose bitch was in the video. Apparently it was somebody else. But staying on the lyrics, it says you a one-man army, you ain't never need a click. But I wanted to interview you about how when you was a one-man army in the feds, you were rocking behind the Bloods, and then you just did a song with the biggest rat that ratted on the Bloods.
Is that for like protection? Z's ain't that big across America.
Now, I didn't even say nothing about this dude saying that you was in protective custody in the feds and you never even hit the yacht in Big Sandy. I didn't even talk about that. But there's a lot of people that would hit me up after the video I did on you saying they was there at that time and you never touched that yacht. And you saying that breaking down who the one is that lost his girl to a snitch is snitching, even though there ain't no crime involved. Is this snitching? Writing a lawsuit the second you get to a prison saying that you getting beat by the COs because you don't want to be at that prison and you was allegedly on PC at this is that snitching? Is it snitching when you name drop the COs that are supposedly killing you slowly, doing all type of shit towards you? Is that snitching? Because I mean, I don't know, maybe that ain't snitching. I know this ain't snitching, but one of these two things can actually result in somebody getting arrested, investigated, fucked up, right? Now I wanted to interview Kodak to be a voice for the bros that's behind the wall that can't ask the questions that I was gonna ask. Wasn't gonna be no beef shit, wasn't gonna be no extra shit, but instead you decided to take it to Instagram, even though Adam22 was already in communications with you about setting up the interview. We could have did this face to face. I'm gonna ask simple questions, you gonna have simple answers, and we would have left it at that. But the only reason there's any negativity going on now is because you decided to do a video with a rat.
Oh man, so the other day we went through the situation about the 1090 Jake and all that shit. And the reason why it's important because people are holding 1090 Jake to a higher standard because he has bragged about him being able to make $1 million off for calling people snitches, reading through rappers' paperworks and figuring out if they told on certain cases. A lot of people feel some type of way because he's a white guy doing this, so they are holding him to a whole different standard and they're watching everything that he's done and does moving forward. So last video y'all seen a thing about him writing a grievance based on what happened. King AK-47 called him out as a homie saying if you didn't give a name of another inmate then you would have been cool, but since you name dropped that inmate, other people may call you snitches and you gotta live with those results, man. So here today we got Kodak Black's lawyer, whose Instagram is Law Ronan. He's speaking on the situation because 1090 Jake and Kodak Black has a little beef they got going on. So Law Ronan said this story is strange. This gentleman wanted an interview with Kodak about his feature on the record. When he didn't do the interview, this guy came out and said that somehow Kodak told on jail guards when I filed a lawsuit against guards, part of the basis for the commutation, for failing to allow Kodak access to religious leaders and abuse that was telling. Meanwhile, I just got DMs from a person with docs where Mr. Cherry gave a sworn statement as a witness in a shooting and gave statement to police about other individuals. Jake responds saying you a lawyer, request that shooting case and see nobody existed in that case. Talk about why Kodak ain't come out of cell. So that's Jake's response to that, man. They on Jake head, dog. To have this job is a real tough one, bro. You held to a whole different standard because people look to you to justify certain things. So they can hold you to a standard, bro. It's a slippery slope. At the end of the day, if you a young dude that's sitting on the fence, boy, do not play that street game. It's a losing game. It's a losing battle. It's no way out for a lot of folks, and you held to standards that don't make sense at the end of the day. It's always going to be a moving scale, sliding scale for no matter what was going on, man. So y'all go ahead and be safe out there. It's your boy Stacy. I'm out.